So would you say that's the best route to get in for the younger people watching?
No, so I'll be honest with you. I think there's a lot of not hidden information, but from the background we're from, I think most of you know that your parents are on you just studying.
Yeah.
Get an A, get an A. That's what they know.
Yeah.
But I think times have changed. Everyone's coming out with A's now. Everyone's coming out with first or 2-1s in uni, right? So you need something to differentiate yourself from the market.
Okay.
And I think experience and the wealth of experience within the financial industry is something they don't really tell people. They don't make it readily accessible to Joe Blogs and loads. And I think that's kind of what I think the youth should look into. So if they're interested in getting into the financial industry, there's like loads of different routes they can get into. There's bits of experience they can do before they even get to uni, before they even get to like finishing a degree that will stand them out from the rest of the crowd. They've got like at A level, they've got like spring weeks and Easter weeks where they invite you into these banks for, a week or two.
Okay.
And that's something you can put on your CV. And a lot of times it's like a fast track process. So if you go into the spring week and you do well there in like 2 weeks or a month, whatever it may be, they might fast you on to the internship.
Got you.
So then you might do an internship, similar to what I did at GSK. You might go and do something for a year in a sandwich course. And then if you do well in that internship, they fast forward you into the graduate scheme. So a lot of times they might have 100 roles, for example, and 80% are taken up by people that have been in that from early.
Got you.
So a lot of times people are fighting a losing battle if they haven't kind of got in early enough and got that experience. So it's just making sure that people, if they're interested in getting in that, and people that have got kids or young kids looking at it, just get involved there and try and get as much experience as you can.
And that is from college days?
Starts from college days, from year 12, 13.
Got you.
And then going upwards, right?
So saying that, would you say, how did you find uni then? What was your university experience?
University?
Yeah.
University was good, man. I think everyone knows first year you're just there enjoying yourself, and it was good. It was good to get away, and I think you learn a lot about yourself at university. So for those that are not sure, obviously now it's more expensive now for the young ones. It's 9K minimum a year, right?
Yeah.
Whereas our days it was 3K, right? So you now need to have a lot more understanding of what you want to do and is it worth it when you're into it. But for me, I enjoyed my experience. I think the most valuable piece was that year in GSK. I think when I went into my interviews and my assessment centres, I actually had tangible stuff to talk about. So, everyone knows the interview questions is always name a situation where when you had to deal with conflict or something like that.
Overcoming stuff.
People are probably talking about, in uni, I had a coursework, I had to hand in coursework and one guy wasn't doing the work or something. That's good, but then if I'm able to relate it to when I was working for GSK, we had a tight deadline and blah, blah, blah. It's more tangible and it shows. And I think those are kind of real life experiences that I gained from uni. And I think that kind of helped me get to where I am. So
would you do uni again, knowing what you know now?
I would, yeah. I think not just from a educational standpoint, but I made some lifelong brothers. I kind of met good people. So from a networking and everything perspective, I definitely wouldn't. Even just from our year at Brunel, there's so many people that are doing great and amazing things. And I think just being tied into that network is a special thing. So.
Dope. So still on the base of uni, do you feel like people need to go to uni to get into your industry?
No, so you don't need to. There's different routes. So the most common route, and I think if there's certain roles you want to get into, so people, when they think of investment, they're thinking of front office roles, so trading, sales, etc. You probably will need to do that, right? So I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'll need to go to uni, come out and go to uni, get good grades, have some experience and go through that whole route. But there are other routes in, so there's internships for people that haven't gone to uni, and you said if you go into internship and you do well, then potentially there's roles for you to stay in afterwards. And on top of that, you can apply to kind of other roles within the bank. Maybe not as glamorous, but it's a foot in the door, right? So once you get in, you're free to move around these banks as much as you want. So once you're in, I think you're allowed to move after a year in a specific role. So you're in, you do something for a year, you learn, you see, you network, and then you see what other doors open, right? So by no means it's the only way, but it's probably the most common way, I would say.
Cool. Got you. And again with uni, I know we're sticking with uni heavy, so do you need a particular degree to get into banking? Because obviously there's accounting, there's business management like you did. So is there one degree that's particularly favoured in the industry?
Once again, it depends what you're going into. So, all the finance-based stuff and maths-based stuff, so maths, economics, all that kind of stuff is looked favourably upon. But it's not just that. I think a lot of the times with these investment banks, they're going to teach you everything you need to know. But it's just applying yourself and doing subjects that require kind of the work and dedication to get it through, right? So not saying it's impossible, but if someone's coming out of an art degree,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really
If you're
transferable
applying.
skills into going to financial role. But stuff like physics and chemistry, although it's not directly, it shows that kind of you're in the
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
in the right mind space, right? So, so yeah.